Welcome guys to a brand new video on solo leveling Arise. Now in today's video I want to go over a couple more tricks and guides and tips that I think are very important to improve your progression and to improve your overall account as well. Now these tricks I have actually not mentioned, so hey, this is all new information that you guys need to be well aware of, so definitely pay attention in this video. Now before we carry on, thank you guys for the huge amount of support I have been getting recently. We are so close to 16k subscribers. It is actually insane. You guys have been supporting this channel, and then I took a look at the Netmarble content creator page. We are at 17, which is absolutely crazy, guys. We had a goal of reaching 20, but I honestly think we can actually get all the way to 50 by the end of this month. So keep supporting the channel, guys. I will be doing a giveaway. I don't know if I made it clear. I definitely didn't make it clear. I do apologize, but I will be doing a giveaway on solo leveling. I don't know if there is a way for me to buy you guys packs without actually, you know, logging into your accounts to buy the packs, because maybe the shop I can log in through that way and buy it from the shop. So I will do a giveaway for solo leveling in regards to getting some specific packs as well, so stay tuned for that. I just have to figure out how to actually get you guys those items. I need to take a look at the Arise shop and whatever. So again, what we want to achieve by the end of May is basically three stuff. One, we want to get all the way to 16k subscribers, and I think we'll still get more subscribers because this game is absolutely blowing up right now. And the second one, we want to get at least 20 people on our section in the Netmarble content creator ranking. 20 people, but honestly I want to get 50, but that's a bit greedy. And then the last one, we want to get 50 likes on all of our videos moving forward all the way to the end of May. So huge thank you guys again. You guys have been showing me a massive support, and I want to just quickly congratulate you guys as well. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the tips and tricks that you guys need to pay attention to. First of all, when you're going into combat, there is a trick, guys, that I think a lot of you guys might not be aware of, but there is a trick to actually change your build whilst you're here. Instead of going over and pressing Songjin Woo your hunters, you can actually change a couple of things on this page over here. Just press this side. As you can see, you have your builds. You can actually just change your build right here from this section. You can change your build, take a look at the builds, you can change it right here. You can also change your skills and blessing stones for Songjin Woo over here, which is again very helpful, because every time you play a new content, you actually want to switch your builds or your skills, because you might not need that specific skill. So right now there's a skill for break damage, but of course if you're going against bosses without a break bar, then of course you don't need a break skill with the break ability. You can technically switch out your skills. So again, pay attention to this section as well. This is going to be very helpful. Another trick is as well as the formation. Now even I have not done this, so look at this. There is different formations you can make. So honestly, my first formation, I should just call this the broken team. This is the best team in the game, one of the best teams in the game. So broken team, that's my broken team. Second team, I'm gonna be like, okay, maybe broken team with Min, broken team with, hopefully they don't, oh, I can't write much, can I? Okay, broken with Min. Oops, they won't let me write that. Broken Min. I will understand what I'm trying to write. So this is very helpful, because then you can go ahead and create a new entire team. So instead of just keep switching out, you can just create you just switch out your formation. So right now we have this shadows, we don't really care. So okay, I guess we can go with this one. Actually no, since it's a universal one, we're gonna go with crit as our main focus. Now I will talk about this as well. Shadows are very important, and I kind of made a mistake on my shadows, and I want you guys not to make the same mistake. So there we go, this is my main broken team. But again, just switch out to your next one instead of changing each individually. So again, that is a nice trick over here. Now one actual tip that I want to get you guys to do is, when you guys have unlocked your shadow, focus on Igris. Absolutely focus on Igris. This is one of the biggest mistakes I have made on my account. As you can see, I have spread my traces of shadows so thin, because I gave it to Ion, I gave it to Barakai, I have given it to Igris. You should only focus on one particular shadow, so that you can give them a lot more of the traces of shadow and get them maxed out completely. Because once you do, you have an increase in a bunch of the skills, and it's just overall better. And the shadow you should focus on is Igris, because at the end of the day, the shadow authority he provides you guys with is universal. Every damage dealer will scale with crit rate. So again, this is going to be very useful compared to a shadow like Baraka, or is that how do you say it? Blades, sorry, I said Baraka, Blades. Compared to a shadow like Blades, I do think you still want to obtain him. So in terms of which shadow you should obtain first, of course you're going to obtain Igris, and then afterwards you get Blade as your second shadow, and then you get Iron, and then lastly you will get Tank. You want to unlock every single shadow, but that's how you do it. And now when it comes to actually upgrading your shadow, focus on Igris. I really want to do this right now, but of course I am saving all of this for the next shadow that is going to be coming out in June. So in June we're going to be getting a new shadow. It's going to be Kagagan or Tusk. So I'm making sure I have some traces of shadow to unlock him when he comes out as well. So don't make a mistake like I did right here. And also of course keep upgrading your army level. Now actually, whilst we're talking about trace of shadow, make sure Shades. So Shades it's what you need to summon your shadows. So right now you need to make sure that as you are getting more army level, you manage your shades, because early on you won't have a lot of shades, so you kind of are limited on the amount of times you can summon your shadows. Only summon your shadows when you absolutely need to. There's a lot of content in this game. If you don't need your shadows to be on field, you don't need to summon for them. If you summon them, you're going to consume a bunch of shades, and then you're going to be lacking in some shades. The best way to get shades is honestly doing your instance dungeon and gates. Now as you can see, I've done all my instance dungeon except for one, so essentially I'm going to be finding it very difficult to get shades now, unless I do some gates and I get some shades. It's not always guaranteed that you get some shades from gates, which now I'm a little bit worried, because I do need to do power of destruction. But after power of destruction, I don't need any shadows anymore. So I'm going to make sure I have enough shadows for power of destruction later on. But yeah, make sure you are managing your shades, and make sure you are managing your traces of shadow. And I do think Igris over here is the best one to put all your shadows in, your traces of shadow into. It is the best one in my opinion. Okay, so there we go with shadow. Igris is the best. Gets Baraka or Blades, and then Iron. I've gone over the specifics. Next up, we need to talk about artifacts. Now I previously mentioned this when it came to like how to get extra gold, but I want to make sure I include this in this video as well, just in case people don't actually watch that video. But when you have a lot of artifacts, especially when you're farming early on, you do want to sell a couple of them. So if I go over to select all, I always sell the common ones, because there is no way I'm using that. So there you go, you get extra gold from selling that. And then I don't actually use rare anymore, but I think as you guys are playing right now, you guys might still find use for rare artifacts, so you shouldn't be selling it, or don't sell the best ones. Take a look at the substats to determine whether or not you should sell them, but I'm selling them because I don't need them at all. So I need to make sure everything's fine. There we go. So all I have now is epics and legendary, which you will be using even right now, because some epics ones actually has pretty good substats that you can level up. Okay, so that's very important. Sell artifacts that you're not using, get some gold back, especially if you're, you don't have a lot of gold. Now whilst we're talking about gold as well, don't work on too many hunters. Now of course you can level up every single SSR hunter you get, that's no problem. However, it does become an issue when you finally start putting artifacts in them, because now you only should really focus on your core 3. Even myself right now, I am solely focused on my core 3 right now, but of course I also have other characters that I've actually invested into. But right now as I'm playing this game, I am not focusing on any of them. Of course, if I get better gears and I can improve it, I will switch the gear, but I'm not focused on them. I'm not trying to improve them right now. My main hunters are Charhane, Seo, and Emma, and those are the ones I really want to make sure deal insane amount of damage, survive a lot, and that's all I need to focus on. So especially if you're starting the game straight away, you guys should not invest into a lot of the hunters. Only invest in the best of the best, because you are going to find it hard when it comes to resources. And I'm not only talking about gold, because of course you guys are going to find gold a issue. What I find a issue for me is actually the chips, not the chips 2, the chips 1. So let me go ahead and show you right now. I run out of this because I keep leveling up so much artifacts, and it kind of sucks. But okay, we can get some from gates. But again, don't work on too many hunters, especially I know you guys want to clear Cerberus, so you might be creating or working on some SR units as well. But I guess the only SR unit that I'll say is like, okay, absolutely amazing, besides of course this chick, is her name Nam? Yeah, Nam Che Young. She's actually pretty good, worth investing into, but as you can see, I've dropped her because I don't use her anymore. There is no issue with like leveling up characters to the level you are in, but eventually it will become an issue. For example, if you take a look at my character right now, Woon Jung Cho, I haven't leveled him up. If I wanted to level him up right now, look at how much it would cost. And this is something free-to-play players should avoid. Unless the character is absolutely essential in your team and essential for clearing content, do not do this. I don't need to level him up. I don't need him to be that good. I'm not going to do that. That's just a waste of resources, and that's why I tell you guys not to invest too much, because right now, yes, you might find this, it's easy to just level them up 2 levels, it's fine. Eventually it's going to stack. You get to level 60, level 70, the amount of gold you require just becomes even more insane, and it doesn't actually make sense for you guys to do that, especially for characters you're not really maining. Okay, now another tip I want to go over is using SR and R weapons. Now when I talk about R weapons specifically, what I'm saying is level it up to level 20 and do not limit break it. Absolutely do not do this. This is a waste of resource. What I'm trying to say when I say you should use R weapons is to dupe it up to as much as you can possibly do. So basically this is actually good early on, and leave it at level 20. Eventually when you start getting SR, then you will transition your characters to using the SR ones when they're maxed out. So again, you can use R1s, you can use SR1s, especially for hunters. You're mainly going to be using SR1s because to get the SSR you have to craft it, and it does kind of, you need some really exclusive resources which is kind of hard to come by. Now for Song Jinwoo, you can actually, don't use R weapons for Song Jinwoo. It's easy, don't use R weapons, use only SR and SSR. The best ones, again, I'm going to go over, is the Orb of Avis, this bow over here. West Wind, absolutely cracked. You do need a third dupe, honestly, in my opinion, before I recommend using West Wind. All the other SSR weapons are of course build. As you can see, I've gotten 3 weapons now to level 100. I probably will do Moon Shadow next, but I need to get more dupes because I'm not really using this weapon right now, so there's no point to actually level it up. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. What else do I need to talk about? Oh yeah, get 50% crit rate on your attackers. That is your main goal. Of course, if it's not 50%, but it's like 40 something percent, it is actually good. That's fine. You don't have to stress too much about it. If I take a look at my Charhain, she's sitting at 45. Take a look at my CO, she's also sitting at 44. So it's fine like that. Emma's 39, it's fine. We got Silver Main Beck 40%. Of course, I'd love to improve that later on. Take a look at Libora. I don't use her, but she has 44. Damn, actually, that's weird. Why does she have 44? Huh? Better than okay, that's kind of weird. That's fine. Okay, go over to Beck. What does he have? 40%. There you go. So at least 40% should be fine. And then for Song Jinwoo, make sure guys that precision is at 90. So yeah, I'm gonna have to put this into precision. The only reason why I have to is because I don't have dupes, or a lot of dupes on my SSR weapons. Eventually when I get dupes, it should be fine. Now can someone ask, okay, I don't know about this, but can someone help me out in the comment section? Basically the special summons, I've done my summons already. It says 9 hours. Is this trying to say that in 9 I have to pick it within 9 hours, and then I have to wait until 15 days has passed before I have the option to redraw? Because I've basically used my guaranteed already. If I was to do it again, I would have to spend $21.99, which I don't mind doing if it was a good roll. There's 2 I'm thinking of picking, which is this one, or just straight up trying to pick the Plume Sword instead. Those are the only 2 options. Now what I was thinking is after 9 hours, essentially I'll get a new opportunity to do 30 summons, but I don't think that's what they mean by 9 hours and 22 minutes. It means that you must select it within that or I have to wait 15 more days, which honestly I don't want to wait 15 extra days. I think it will just be a smart idea for me to get one of the weapons. And the grimoire, I think for a better boost it should be the scythe, because not the scythe, the plume sword, because I will be getting the plume sword from here as well. So I'll be able to get my plume sword to 3 stars, and then I'll get the other one from the summon, then it's 4-star, which will actually increase my damage a lot, especially the third dupe. The third dupe is extremely important. But then again, the grimoire as well, the third dupe is, let me see, increases users additional damage by 20%, so it's also pretty useful as well. It's a really tough decision, can't lie, but I also get an extra SSR, so I'm pretty sure people are going to tell me to pick the grimoire. Oh wells, I do think it's worth it, even though it's 21, but you're guaranteed something compared to spending like £30 on this and you're not guaranteed anything. I've done that so many times and it pisses me off. Anyways, is there anything else that I've forgotten in terms of guides? So get 90% precision. Oh yeah, so there's one combat tip, very important combat tip that you guys should be doing. So if I go over to, not this one, it has to be the reverse one. So I'll show you right here. Let's go over to combat right now. So very important. I probably should do a timestamp for this video so that you guys can actually see this, because this is one of the most important gameplay tips in the entire game that you guys need to be doing. So let's go ahead and showcase what I mean. Actually, the best character for this is using Emma. So I'm gonna have to switch over to Emma, take off auto. So I'm gonna show you an example. So I'm gonna use this right now. So you see the full animation of the skill. Now, one thing you should pay attention to is when I use her skill, instantly switch, because at the end of the day, your MR is still going to be dealing damage as well. So now you can actually do two hits, basically, 2 characters on field for a limited amount, a limited duration, and your damage is actually a lot better that way. So trust me on that. When you're attacking, just switch. When you're using your basic skill, just switch. A lot of characters can actually take advantage of this, and it actually increases your damage by a lot. So I'm going to be showing you guys right now. So there we go. It's usually better, it's usually noticeable when you have Emma, because I use this a lot. There you go. So I'm going to use her skill again and instant switch. There you go, instant switch, but you can still see Emma is dealing a bunch of damage, so pay attention to that as well. Okay, we're gonna actually kill this. Is this the last boss? I think. Yeah boy, come here, and I should do this. There we go. And also alt, this is very important. Alt if you're about to take damage. Oh my days, did he disappear? What the flip? That was just a waste of DPS, guys. Okay, there you go. So you can see Charhade is actually attacking still, even though we just summoned a new character on the field. And that kind of sucks, man. We just lost out. Oh my days. We still got more stuff to do. Actually, we're going to end off this video with this over here. But hopefully you guys find this video helpful and overall useful. I've gone over a bunch of tips that I find are very helpful and overall useful. So let me know down in the comment section if you guys find this video helpful as well. And also don't forget to support the channel by clicking the like button and just subscribing for more future content on Solo Leveling Arise. Okay, so can we actually kill this before? Yeah, I was unprepared for this. I kind of messed about. Okay, we'll do this later on. Anyways, it's been your boy AC Gamer. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'm out.